Welcome to Weekly Digest, where we highlight the work of ministers of government as they push the administration's development agenda, picking up from where we left off last week. Government is set to reinstate its electrification program in hinterland communities in an effort to bridge the gap that exists between the hinterland region and the coastland. Minister of Housing and Water Colin Grow, during a recent visit to Region 7, assured residents of government's commitment.
This PPPC government, and I thank you Tushao for that acknowledgement, will continue to work with all communities, with all people, with all villagers, with all leaders to ensure that we seek to implement and plug wherever there are gaps.
Under the program, households outside of the central grid will be provided with a 120-watt solar panel in the upcoming year. This will see new households and those who were not captured in the past benefiting. Major losses were on Saturday last avoided after quick response from the Guyana Fire Service to a fire at the Guyana Police Force Office for Professional Responsibility. The office of the DPP is housed in the same building as the OPR at Eve Leary. Prime Minister Brigadier Retired Mark Phillips, Minister of Home Affairs Robeson Ben, and several other ministers of government were at the scene of the fire. Minister Ben said the fire has placed the operations of the OPR and DPP in disarray. However, this will not stop the work of law enforcement or the government from progressing. The Ministry of Home Affairs, in collaboration with the Traffic Department of the Guyana Police Force and the National Road Safety Council, on Sunday held its World Day of Remembrance celebration to commemorate the lives lost in road accidents over the last few years. Minister of Home Affairs Robeson Ben urged drivers to be more responsible when traversing the roadways.
The more important thing is to catch beforehand the warning signs, the indiscretions, the bad behavior, the bad practices which lead us to points where we have accidents and serious accidents which result in serious injury and loss of life.
Minister of Health, Dr. Frank Anthony, says the COVID-19 booster shot is now available to persons 50 years and older, healthcare workers, and persons 18 years and above with comorbidities. The minister made this announcement on Monday.
So, to begin with, we have these three categories. 50 years and older, it doesn't matter whether you have or you don't have comorbidities. If you would like to get a booster shot, it's available for you. 18 years and older, if you have any comorbidities, then you can get the shot. And all healthcare workers who are 18 years and older can get access to a booster dose.
Also on Monday, Minister Anthony said systems were in place for Venezuelan migrants to access medical services at the Port Kaituma District Hospital following a recent outreach to Region 1. Persons from the community have been identified to liaise with the regional health officers and the hospital to access the services.
If they have any medical challenges, that they will be able to sort them out very quickly. They don't have to wait on an intervention like this. They now have a systematic way, if they have any problems, that they can come to the Port Kaituma Hospital and get access to medical service.
Dr. Anthony noted that in addition to providing healthcare services, measures are being put in place to ensure that the migrants are living in a clean and sanitary environment. Prime Minister, retired Brigadier Mark Phillips, on Monday received 1,000 customer premise equipment, CPE, from Huawei, a Chinese company that is the leader in information communication technology, ICT. These devices that will provide internet service will help to bridge the digital gap in Guyana, the Prime Minister said.
I can assure you that this equipment will go a far way in helping us to achieve an important part of our plan to the people of Guyana, that is to bridge the digital divide in the area of ICT connectivity throughout Guyana.
These devices come with internet capacity to enhance public Wi-Fi. The devices were handed over by the Chinese ambassador to Guyana. 15 persons will receive occupational safety and health training geared at promoting safe working environments for citizens. Speaking during the opening of the training, Minister of Labour Joseph Hamilton reiterated that OSH plays a significant role in the labour force.
All of us in this room and beyond, we have a role to play in this matter, and we cannot see this matter narrowly. It has to be objectively, it has to be expansively, and recognize that what you're doing, it is for the national good.
The two-day training will equip participants with basic knowledge and skills that will enable them to develop and maintain safe systems and safe methods to minimize workplace accidents. The Whirlpool Home Appliances Company will now officially be coming to Guyana. This is as a result of a new distribution partnership the top-rated company has entered with BPI Guyana Incorporated. Giving the feature address at the simple ceremony, on Monday afternoon, Senior Minister in the Office of the President with responsibility for finance, Dr. Ashni Singh, highlighted the importance government is placing on top-quality brands setting up shop in Guyana.
To us as a government, quality of service is an extremely important part of the transformation that is on the way.
Minister of Amerindian Affairs Pauline Sukai on Tuesday handed over 2 40-horsepower boat engines to the villages of Mashabo and Lake Kapoi, respectively, to assist students with their transportation.
The request that came in for the school children to have an engine, we brought that engine in, and also the brush cutter was a request made earlier also, which were both bought from the 2021 budget. So we are happy to deliver.
The minister was part of a wider delegation which included Agriculture Minister Zulfikar Mustafa, Local Government and Regional Development Minister Nigel Darmlal, and Natural Resources Minister Vikram Bharat. The ministers met with residents to discuss developmental issues, most of which related to Amerindian land titling and agriculture. Minister Sukai on Tuesday announced that over $11 million will be provided to the community of Lake Kapui. The money is to facilitate developments in tourism and infrastructure.
I want to also ask you to be serious about tourism. Kapui has started tourism and it's very accessible, and we are also supporting that sector here. For example, your economic grant, from what I looked on the submissions, they are geared towards enhancing your opportunities and building the tourism base. And also we are going to add an additional $3 million that will go towards enhancing your guest house. So that is about, let's say, $11 million that will be available for tourism and, of course, the productive infrastructure on the road.
Minister Sukai also encouraged the village council to place the establishment of the community ICT hub as priority, since this project should have already been up and running. The minister also donated a speedboat engine and a brush cutter to the community. Government is now offering training programs for technical work in the oil and gas industry with the Guyana Online Academy of Learning. The program will start this year, targeting about 150 students. The Food and Agriculture Organization and Environmental Protection Agency will commence a series of studies to figure out the cause of decline in catch in the country in recent months. Agriculture Minister Zulfikar Mustafa on Wednesday met with stakeholders on the way forward.
Are you saying that we got the head of the EPA, we got the country representative for the FAO, 2 reputable organizations who will help us now to find out what are the causes. The other issue we can deal with to resolve.
Minister of Health Dr. Frank Anthony says that the Infectious Diseases Hospital at Liliendal now boasts a labour room where pregnant women infected with COVID-19 can give birth.
We have 22 persons who are pregnant, but they're also COVID positive. And those persons right now, we're keeping them at the COVID hospital, and when they go into labor, we sometimes move them over to the Georgetown Hospital to give birth. We have recently set up a labor room at the Ocean View Hospital, so persons can deliver there as well. And we have added operations theater, so if we need to do emergency cesarean section, that we'll be able to do that at the Ocean View Hospital.
Some 59 land titles have been allocated and are to be distributed to residents of the Bath Settlement, West Coast Berbice. This was revealed by Attorney General and Minister of Legal Affairs Mohabir Anil Nandlal on Wednesday afternoon when he met with Bath residents to address their housing concerns. Minister Nandlal explained to the residents that the government remains committed to ensuring that housing issues are continuously rectified in the shortest possible time frames. This exercise is expected to be completed by May 2022.
So at the end of this exercise, 59 families will end up with a certificate of title each in their hands. The process is not going to cost you any significant sum of money or any money at all, because the government is carrying the bulk of the exercise and the bulk of the expenditures associated with the exercise.
Minister within the Office of the Prime Minister with responsibility for public affairs, Kwame McCoy, says government will continue to make heavy investments to educate Guyanese at all levels. On Thursday, the minister addressed some 44 children and young adults from the communities of Better Hope and LBI during the graduation ceremony of the Industry and Innovation Unit's Community ICT Training Program.
And we work in ways to make sure that we can provide for each and every one of you, and provide in a way that will have us prepare and to create conditions that you could use to your advantage, to make sure that you can grow, to make sure you can become that person you want to become eventually.
Minister McCoy explained that while the ICT program is deemed a starter, it has significant benefits.
Because it is able to teach you the basics about information technology, the basics in terms of what you need, the skill that you need to function in a world today in which ICT is part of most of what we do.
That's it for this edition of Weekly Digest. For these and other government-related information, do log on to our website, dpi.gov.gy, and their social media platforms as well. Goodbye.